Yeah. Last season was the biggest growth period in our organisation's history. And honestly, we're just getting started. This isn't just about running events, this is about building something special, something we can be truly proud of. And this season will be the best one yet. At the end of the day, our athletes deserve a professional series, and that's exactly what we're going to deliver.
Well, good evening, everybody. Yeah, round of applause for Trent. Let's get out there. Good evening, a big welcome to the Shaw & Partners World Ocean Series 2026-27 season launch, and a very warm welcome. Everyone joining us tonight, not only here live, but also through the medium platforms that we have as well, be shared over the next few days as well. Spectacular Mondrian, right here on the Gold Coast, where your luxury starts and begins right here. What a fitting venue to launch a season that promises to be bigger, bolder, and more exciting than ever before. Tonight isn't just about unveiling another race calendar. It's about celebrating a sport that continues to evolve, inspire, and unite communities around the globe. It's about the athletes, it's about the clubs, it's about the volunteers, the partners, the fans, and everybody who believes surf sports deserves its place on the world stage. And what a journey it has been. Let's look back last season. A record $350,000 prize pool, the largest in surf sports history. 18 events around the globe. Australia, the UK, France, and let's go back a few weeks ago, the USA. More than 10,000 race entries, representing a remarkable 29% increase on the previous year. 14.6 million social media views, a growth of 336%, and over 145,000 broadcast viewers. But the story becomes even more remarkable when we look back at where it all began. 2011, 15 years ago. It was a windy morning, it was cold, it was Coffs Harbour. There was no television coverage, there was no grandstands, there was no worldwide audience, and certainly no guarantee for success. There was simply a clipboard, a belief in the sport, $1,000 prize pool. That's right, $1,000 prize pool. And if we're honest, Trent was standing there trying to get athletes on the line to sign up with this new concept simply to go ahead. 15 years ago, that belief has become something truly special to this day. More than 160 events have been held and delivered over that 15 years. $3.5 million in prize money has been awarded to athletes, with that figure continuing to grow. The series produced more than 50 live broadcasts, attracted athletes from 10 nations, built a community stretching across Australia, the United Kingdom, France, and we spoke about the USA as well. Even more exciting is the momentum that we've seen in recent years and continuing to build. Of course, none of this happens without the incredible partners. A special acknowledgement to that of Shaw & Partners Financial Services, who have supported and spanned almost a decade. Their partnership, built on loyalty, trust, and a shared vision, has driven the rise of the bar year after year. And the other partners, what about the great support of Jade, Race One, and Surf Life Saving Queensland for their ongoing great support of the series? So tonight, we celebrate where we've come from. We acknowledge those who have helped build it. We look at the enormous excitement to another unforgettable season of racing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the launch of the Shaw & Partners World Ocean Series. So let's make this one the biggest one yet. And without further ado, I'd like to call on the man himself, the Shaw & Partners World Ocean Series Director, Trent Goulding, followed by that of Benny, to reveal the season ahead. Thanks, Trent.
Thanks, Ty. You stole my speech, mate, but I'll kick on anyway. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. I really appreciate you being here, and I'll get on to why you're here very shortly. But I do want to dwell on what we've just talked about. Last year was our biggest season ever, and we're really proud of that by every metric. We had over 10,000 athletes across the summer, racing, just having a crack. And that's what I'm really proud of. As an athlete myself, as athletes on our team, that's what we're trying to do. We enjoyed it briefly, and then we went back to the drawing board because we believe we're nowhere near where we want to get to. We believe that the ceiling doesn't exist. We look at other sports and we want to chase after them. There's more than 50 people here in the room tonight, which is a lot for our launch. Athletes, coaches, clubs, volunteers, you are all incredibly important and we appreciate you. Over the next decade, you are the people that will influence how this sport heads, the trajectory that we end up on. That's you, that's our room here. And we appreciate you and we want to work with you. We've got the calendar to announce. We've got prize money, new initiatives, and we'll get to that shortly. But what we're really launching tonight is our lift. We're drawing a line in the sand, pardon the pun, and we're moving forward with the next chapter. We're lifting everything because we think the sport deserves it. I've been thinking a little bit about why I've spent so many years on this, chasing this. And I think back to when I was 15 years old at Portsea, watching the Uncle Toby Super Series. And I remember it vividly, just watching the surf, the action, the smash skis, just the event itself, the sport. And I remember thinking, this is the best thing I've ever seen. This is the best live sport I've ever seen. 6 months later, I was lucky enough to go to the Olympics. Not to race, just to watch swimming, kayaking, and it was incredible. But I remember thinking, even as a 15-year-old, why isn't our sport here? It's good enough. Why doesn't it? It's incredible sport. Why doesn't it belong yet? I've been asking that question for 25 years. And I think it's a really simple solution, to be honest. The problem's never been our sport. It's the stage we're giving it. We've been working for the last 15 years to gradually evolve, learn our trade, learn our craft, and work towards the stage that this sport deserves. So why? Why now? It's no different to last year. I don't think the sport's changing, but I do think the world's changing. We're more connected and disconnected than ever before. And I know that's a bit of a cliche, but we are buried in technology. We have notifications coming through, and we are more than ever looking for a way to disconnect. People are joining run clubs. They're going hiking. They're jumping in the swim early in the mornings. They're searching for exercise, but more importantly, they're searching for community. They're searching for something real. And I reckon that sport, our sport, has been delivering that for generations. They're looking for what our sport already is. When you kick off your shoes after a big day, feel the sand beneath your toes, the stress genuinely starts to melt away. When you get in the surf and paddle out and hit those waves, the ocean demands your focus. It's a form of meditation that you can't buy, and it feels good. The best thing about the ocean is it's free. The beaches are free, the sunrises are free. And this is something that our sport embraces and has for decades. So maybe I'm not saying it's time to grow our sport. Maybe it's the moment the rest of the world finally understands and discovers what we've got. So, if the sport deserves a bigger stage and the world is ready, how do we do it? It doesn't start with more prizes or cameras or prize money. That helps. But the real gem, people fall in love with people. They fall in love with stories. And that's what we're trying to do. They need to know about the guy that gets knocked down, stands up and has another crack. They need to know about the underdog. They need to know about the veteran that's coming back for one last chance. They're the stories we need to tell. They're the stories that people tell each other on Monday morning. And they're the stories we have to lean into. We have to go deeper, not wider. So this year, we're not announcing any new events. We're having a very similar schedule to last year, but we're making everything better. We're telling those stories. It's important. We're talking and working with surf clubs that are already running events, and we're working out how to lift and build that experience for everyone, so that when someone comes to an event for the first time, whether they're in the sport or not, they have an incredible time and they come back for more. When the characters start sharing their story, the stage gets bigger. A couple of announcements. I am excited. We are doing some announcements. This year, we're announcing more than $800,000 in cash and prizes. Ty was a bit off the mark with the $350. Last year, we did actually get to $500,000. But this year, we're at $800,000 in cash and prizes. We started this series at 10 grand. We're at 800, another 10 years, about $60 million in prize money. Now, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but one step at a time. $800,000 is a huge milestone. That puts the Shore and Partners World Ocean Series in the same echelon, same conversation as some of the greatest surf sports series Australia has ever had. This year we're launching a club series. It's a multi-tiered club series, and we'll get into the details later. But clubs will nominate their best ski, swim, board, iron, and taplins. But they'll do that on a Wednesday. There'll be a prize pool, and that will build anticipation, media. It's going to matter because we believe that not just athletes deserve to be celebrated, but great clubs deserve to be celebrated. I'm really excited about that one. Next winter, we're taking 4 people around the world. Thanks to our partners, this will not be about the athletes that win the race. This will be about the athletes that tell the story, that go on the adventure. Results are rewarded with prize money and trophies. This is about sharing our sport. So we're launching a whole new category. We'll let the details known later, but there's going to be 4 people traveling around the world and experiencing surf lifesaving around the world, surf sports, and that will be because they've shown us who they are and we've gone along for the ride. That's the one I'm most excited about. It's the one I'm passionate about. I want people to share their stories. It matters more than you know. It's the gap between our sport and the top tier sports that everyone wants to be chasing. So my ask is this. Clubs, let's make it practical. Nominate one athlete who has a story that deserves to be told. We'll share that. We'll tell the story. We'll amplify it. But then go and look at AFL, NFL clubs. What are they doing to operate at that level? You don't need the budget, you just need the strategy, and you need to take one step at a time. And if you need help, we'll be right here. Athletes, keep training. You're going to need to. But wear your colours everywhere. Training, travel, but especially when you're heading down to a major event, not necessarily ours. If you become proud and show how proud you are with your clubs, the members, the supporters will follow. And people will start wearing your club colours to coffee, to school. Because if you're proud, everyone else will follow your story. But my biggest ask is for everyone in this room, on the live stream, bring one person to the next major event. We're working our asses off to make sure that that is an event and a spectacle. And we'll make sure that they fall in love with the sport and come back for more. Every new person that falls in love with our sport strengthens every club, every athlete, every partner. Earl Evans has backed this sport for a long time now. When I was 15, I thought this sport deserves to be bigger. When Earl Evans got introduced to this sport many years ago now, he's into his 9th year with the Shaw & Partners Shannon XC and Ironman Classic. He saw the same thing. He saw the athletes, fell in love with it, fell in love with the sport. But he sees what the future can be for this sport too, and he backs it every year. So we're very grateful for Earl. We're very grateful for Shaw & Partners Financial Services to continue to be involved and believe in the passion and believe in what we're trying to achieve here. Surf Life Saving Queensland, Race One Surfcraft, Jade Swimwear are major backers in what we're trying to achieve, and we can't say thank you enough. But this sport was never built by one person. So that's why we're asking, if every athlete tells one story, if every athlete wears their club colours proudly, and if every person brings one more person to the next event, the sport won't just grow, it will explode. The hope is one day there'll be the next 15-year-old standing on the beach watching our sport, thinking it's incredible. And instead of thinking, what could this be one day, they'll be dreaming of just being a part of it. That's our vision. Thank you.
Great job, Trent, and greatly appreciate all the work you do as well. I'd like to call now to Benny Cochran, please, who is the Partnership and Communication Manager, to outline the events for 2026-27. Thanks, Benny.
Alrighty. Firstly, a huge thanks for all making it. I know it's a Tuesday night. I know a lot of athletes, you've got swimming in the morning. So firstly, thank you for showing up. So I guess you guys are here for announcements, and we are here to announce things. So look, there's no secret. We believe that consistency is key. We don't want to be chopping and changing each and every year. So I will just take a moment. Look, we did have something incredible. Those last 3 events, I was very fortunate to get a go. Great Britain to France and to America. Like, we're not joking when we say we are trying to take this global, but that's also for the athletes here. We want to provide you the experience so that you can go overseas, you can race, and at the same time, we want to attract those athletes back here. So, I don't know, athletes like in the next year or two, you should really start looking at some of those overseas events. I personally had a ball and hope to see you all over there in the near future. Now, so the exact dates are online. Like, again, the purpose isn't me to explain every single event, but I do want to take the time to announce at least each and every event that we do have. Same thing, this is no different than last year. There's a subtle difference. Some of the dates have shifted, but we're going to be starting off right here, and I'll run through this quickly. But shout out to Burleigh. We're in the hood right now, but we're going to go to Burleigh, to Wanda, back to Wauchope, Bonny Hills, Alexandra Headland, Coffs Harbour, Warrnambool, Glenelg, Torquay, Manly, Freshwater, Maroochydore, Bryden, Lorne, and wrapping up once again double header at BMD Northcliffe Surf Club. I do just want to take a quick moment. Grant Lawler has come all the way up from Coffs Harbour. The Maroochydore crew's here. We've got some representatives from Alexandra Headland. So firstly, and sorry if I've missed anyone, but for those people that have driven for 3-4 hours just to be here, off the bat, we do really appreciate that. But also, I do just want to take a moment to thank each and every single one of you in this room, but also the members that are within your surf club. So off the bat, why are we able to offer such a consistent series? We are being backed year on year by the same partners. It makes it simple when we're rolling over. Nothing's changing. So a truly huge shout out, Shaw & Partners Financial Services, Race One Surfcraft, Jade Swimwear, and Surf Life Saving Queensland. Like, they are the backbone. They are the reason that each and every year we can sort of just roll over. Yeah, let's give them a clap. Honestly, like, truly, without each and every single one of their support, like, we wouldn't be doing this. So it's really cool. And athletes, I know you appreciate it, but a huge thanks. But I do also want to say a massive thank you to each and every single host club around the country. I'm going to go off the cuff a little bit, but I think each and every surf club has something so incredible about it. I know as athletes, you probably get it when you go back to that same surf club. There's always, there's the same sort of people at each club, each and every surf club, and this whole entire community is just amazing. So all of the host surf clubs, and it's not just when I say the host surf clubs, we've got the volunteers, the water safety, officials, the first aid, parents, coaches. So yeah, just taking a true moment. We really appreciate it. We wouldn't be here without you. I also do want to say a quick thanks to our team and our staff. They rock up each and every day. I think they all take a lot of pride in what we do, and they're trying to go above and beyond. But I will give a shout out to the athletes too. You guys train so hard. 2, 3, 4 sessions a day. You're dealing with injuries and illness. And I don't know if I mentioned it. I've seen a few coaches. Also the coaches, the mentorship that you give. I think one thing I will quickly, and I'll wrap this up, but shout out to the athletes, but also to the coaches. Everyone just goes above and beyond. And I do, last one, to the tourism partners. We're very fortunate. Tourism and Events Queensland, Visit Sunshine Coast, Experience Gold Coast, Port Macquarie Hastings Council. Can't wait to come to your region, showcase what you've got. Look forward to some other partnership announcements that we do have. Once again, thank you to everyone. Sorry if I missed anyone out. I really didn't mean to. Very appreciate it. Thank you.
Great job, Benny. Before you go, quick little 2 things I have for you as well. The youth, 3 events this year for the Nippers, rolling with our first one at Burleigh coming up here on the 4th of October, 2nd to 4th of October.
Yeah, mate. So we're going, in terms of youth events, look, we're going Burleigh. We're going back to the Warhope Bonny Hills for the Race 1 World Youth Champs. And once again, at Shaw and Partners Alexandria Headland. So pretty incredible. The under 11s to under 14s are once again going to get the opportunity to race. First up.
Another initiative, 2-kilometre ocean swimmer for a couple of events, hopefully starting at Burleigh, but that builds throughout the season as well to potentially success at a lot of events.
Yeah, so, and last one, we've kept the calendar the same, but that's also so we can put our time and resources. We want to add ocean swims, we're going to expand on the festival areas. Even tonight is sort of showing what our vision is. We want it to be a full celebration. We want to attract more and more athletes. That's what we're trying to do here.
And big question, Benny Cochran, is he going to start the iron this year?
I'm too busy, mate.
You're looking pretty good. Put your hands together, please. Great job he does behind the scenes with the team as well with Trent. Please now sit back as we have a word from that of Shaw and Partners Financial Services CEO and the great man, Earl Evans.
Shaw and Partners Financial Services isn't just a major sponsor. They inspire us. For nearly a decade, their leadership, attention to detail, and relentless pursuit of excellence in their industry has set the benchmark we chase at every single event. We're so proud to call them our naming rights partner as we elevate the Shaw and Partners World Ocean Series yet again this summer.
Welcome everybody to the Shaw and Partners World Ocean Series launch. Hope you're having a great time on the Gold Coast, and apologise that I can't be there tonight. Unfortunately, business commitments, and I need to keep making that money so that at the end of the day I can keep investing it into your wonderful sport. But I'm sure you'll have a wonderful evening on the Gold Coast there. Excited about the launch. This is actually our 7th season with Trent and the team, that from Jade and from ourselves and all the other sponsors that actually put this together. The team there that Trent's built is fantastic. They work really super hard on the beaches. And again, for us, it's about lifting and raising the bar every single year. So to get 1,000+ competitors at each one of these events, I think taking the platform international last year and actually taking it again and making it bigger. They went into the US this year for the first time. It's really, really exciting for the sport. So again, for us, what we're looking at doing is continue and invest. It's our 9th year that the Shaw and Partners Shannon Eckstein Classic will actually be held in February 2027, the 9th year. We're coming up to nearly a decade where we've been involved in this sport. We've invested millions and millions of dollars. Each year our contribution to Iron Sport is very close to $2 million, and that's looking after athletes, that's looking after athletes with craft, that's sponsoring events, travel, accommodation, all of those things, but it's a very big investment. My ask to everybody involved in the sport, keep posting, keep evolving it, keep growing it, and more importantly, lift the standard, make it as professional as we possibly can. There's more and more eyeballs that are on this sport. I think the platforms or the technologies that are available, be it from the phones or the iPads or TV, pay TV, streaming, YouTubing, has become so huge. And it's so important that you represent your sponsors, whatever brand it may be, in a polished and professional manner. And that will bring more people into the sport. So just on behalf of Shaw and Partners Financial Services, myself and all of my team, I want to say congratulations to everybody for all of the hard work, dedication, training that the athletes do, the people that actually put it all together. So to Trent and his team, congratulations. To run these things is a monumental effort, and it's not something that should be taken lightly. These guys put in, really don't make much money from it, any at all, and it's done from a position of love. Let's make sure that we really rally behind Trent and his team. Let's make sure that the surf clubs rally behind the athletes. Let's make sure we have record participation this year. And most importantly, however professional you were last year, let's actually evolve that and make it more professional again this year. Represent all the brands that you're sponsored by, be it at a club level, an athlete level, at a series level. Let's actually bring that dedication of what you all do as athletes to the beach and to the surf, and to what you do to the actual representation of your sponsors. Very, very important. Have a wonderful night. I look forward to seeing you on the beach towards the end of the year. And again, for us, this is our 7th year with the Shaw and Partners World Ocean Series actually being involved. It's our 9th year with the Shaw and Partners Shannon Eckstein Classic, and we certainly will be there to get to the 10th. And we're really excited about the summer ahead. So have a great night. Look forward to seeing you on the beach soon. Thank you very much.
Big thanks, Earl. And unfortunately, Earl couldn't make it tonight, but we do have a representative from Shaw and Partners Financial Services, and he's the head of private wealth for the team as well. And I want to acknowledge, up become Chris Smith. He's actually, you think the athletes do it tough. Red eye special from WA last night, got in at 6, went to the office in Sydney this morning for a few hours and flew up this afternoon. So let's put our hands together for this athlete, Chris Smith, who's made his way. Big thanks, mate.
Thank you very much. Look, it's an absolute privilege to be here. Thank you for everyone that's turned out this evening, whether you're an athlete, a supporter, a parent, a handler, a prospective grandparent. Where is Harry? He's around there somewhere. So, look, thank you all for taking the time. I think for someone like myself, I don't think I ever thought I'd be sitting up here. I grew up watching this sport with Uncle Toby's and Nutrigrain and certain people from the Northern Beaches, and to be part of an organisation that is sponsoring and continuing this sport is something that I'm absolutely honoured to be part of. I had a whole lot of things I was going to say about where the organisation is supporting, but Earl has taken all my thunder and said everything. The only thing I would say is Trent made a comment about 60 mil. I just don't know if we're going to get there, but we will certainly try. I think from Shaw and Partners' point of view, this started a decade ago. It started with some stickers on surf skis at North Bondi and on the paddles, and it's evolved to what it is today, which is almost $800,000 in prize money for this year, and as Earl said, almost $2 million when you combine the Iron Series. Looking forward to the 9th version of the Shannon coming up in February, and then we'll get to 10, and I'm certainly looking forward to events 9 and 10, which is my home beaches. So thank you very much everyone for coming up. We're incredibly proud of our sponsorship and our support of this sport. It's a fantastic sport. It's not just about the athletes, it's about the community and everything it brings. It's an incredibly authentic, a very Australian sport, and something we're very proud of. So thank you very much for all your efforts, and everything Earl said I was supposed to say, but I didn't have to, so there you go.
Let's put our hands together, please. A big thanks, Chris. And as he mentioned, he was a Manly nipper many years ago in the Northern Beaches. I think reached his peak about 9 or 10 years of age, went in retirement. But I appreciate your great support, and in particular coming up today after a big night of flight there last night as well. We talk about the great support, obviously the Shaw and Partners Financial Services, but there's many supporters and partners that come apart. And it's been mentioned earlier as well, being Jade Swimwear, Race One and Surf Life Saving Queensland. Please sit back and watch some highlights of what they're all about.
To us, World Ocean Series isn't just an event. It's the early mornings, the cold water, the community that shows up for each other no matter what. That's the same energy that we've built Jade around. So backing the World Ocean Series just made sense. Our values align, our vision aligns. We love watching the athletes, the stories, the way everyone rallies around each other. And we are so stoked to be a part of it for another year.
The World Ocean Series is just the pinnacle of surf lifesaving events now, and craft and racing team, iron individuals, and Race One just wants to be a part of all the good stuff. And World Ocean Series with Shore and Partners involvement and Race One just goes hand in hand, and we'll be contributing to prize money, cars and everything else that can make the event as strong as it's ever been. We'll have athletes still there helping, running it, giving advice and making sure the event's a huge success. And I love what you guys do. So you help my passion, and I could watch and be involved in Surf Life Saving and World Ocean Series and all these events 24/7. I can be on the beach watching it all day. But now you've gone world. We've called it the world, but now you've gone to France and England, and we're Australian made and Australian owned. But we want world domination, just the same as the World Ocean Series.
Well, I tell you what, if you're not inspired by some of that footage ready for the season to get underway in Bell in a few weeks' time or a month or so's time, you never will be. Surf Life Saving Queensland come on board, I think it was about a year or two ago, and we're very lucky to have the CEO of Surf Life Saving Queensland here tonight, of Damien Morrigan. If you'd like to come up, Damo, for a quick chat, we'd greatly appreciate it. Let's put our hands together, have great support from that of Surf Life Saving Queensland. But what about this, the Mondrian?
Yeah, it's amazing. And I'm a South Aussie boy, so I've been here all the 4 weeks and finally got my family into a house about 800 metres that way. So I'm so stoked to be here tonight and so grateful. I just want to start by thanking all the other partners too. I mean, you can hear tonight how passionate they are and how amazing this is, so thank you. I think though, in hearing Trent and Ben talk, you can hear why this series is just booming. It's infectious to hear them talk about how amazing this series is. When we met with Trent and Ben only a few weeks ago, do you know, the word we talked to them about was innovation. And I think it's fair to say that Surf Life Saving Queensland, like lots of organisations, sometimes struggle to do that. And we struggle to do it well, and it's right that we acknowledge that. So for us, to have guys like this running a series like this, I think I said to Trent, you know, we need to use you guys more to be our innovators, because we can see how much the athletes love it. And so we need to keep backing it in, and that's what we're going to keep doing. So just on behalf of Surf Life Saving Queensland, honestly, we just want to wish all the athletes all the best and, you know, get out there and win that prize money.
Well, that's awesome, Damien. I know we've got the Surf Life Saving Queensland team here as well, but a big thanks, Damien, for your support, and looking forward to seeing you on the beach as well. We talk about the events lined up. Let's go back and talk about the champions. And we go back, you know, in a matter of the Shane Eckstein Classic, just after that, the presentation that night of the Iron Series champions. And they're both here tonight, of Lana Rogers and Ethan Callahan. Well, let's just sit back and have a look at a few highlights of that, of Ethan and Lana.
Dominated this field. Lana Rogers with a big smile. She takes the take. She's going to be elated with that. It is just the beginning right now for Ethan Callahan. He spoiled the party of the great Ali Day, but today it's all about Ethan Callahan.
Well, the call of the stage, please. Ethan Callahan and Lana Rogers, please. For a little bit of an interview. I'm pretty excited about this. I like interviews. I like when it gets a little bit more informal. And I know Ethan loves to chat as well. But what about this? The reigning champs. Grab a seat, grab a mic, make yourself at home. Golden rule, never get next to the interviewer. Eth, there's hot tip number 1. Bookends of their career a little bit too, you know, 20 years of age, 30 years of age, still in the twilight, still in the twilight. Which one's 20? Take a pick. But a quick little interview with the stars, obviously reigning champions, and what a phenomenal. It's all about consistency throughout the season as well for the champs. First of all, how's the car going? How's the car from last year?
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's not every day you get to win a new car, and it's pretty whippy around the streets, so...
Pretty whippy. Dad gets a chance to jump in, does he?
Yeah, I try not to speed, but it goes pretty quick.
Hey, what about you, Lana? How's the car?
Yeah, who
Windows
doesn't love a
down?
new car?
All right, we'll roll into some questions I've put together. But first of all, new season, events very similar, but you are the hunted this year. All right, how does that feel in terms of being the Iron Series champs? With the target on your back, does it excite you, or does it add a little bit of pressure?
I think I deal really well with pressure, so I think I just really thrive in the pressure environment. So I think I'm really keen for this season under pressure, and I'm just keen to go out there and do what I do.
Love it. Lana?
It kind of excites me. I'm very lucky to be in this position twice, and I think at this time of my career, it's just important for me to enjoy those small moments and making sure, thank you, just making sure I'm enjoying myself on the beach.
Talk about on the beach, we go back to only a matter of last October or November it was, the Hayden Kenny Classics, the first 10,000 that starts the season and starts again this year. The dominant performance of that 10,000 was unbelievable, but 12 months earlier it was the dominant performance of Ethan and the rising of Ethan with his first 10,000 as well. What's it mean to win a 10,000 round? In particular, the first one being Hayden Kenny Classic, when you got Hayden Kenny, 90 years of age, up in the VIP Superbox watching as well, Heath. What's it mean to win a 10,000?
Well, that kind of started my career for me, so I think I really shot up after that win, and that was a real surreal moment going out there in my first final. I made the final for the first time, and I was on the line next to Ali Day, who was my superstar, and I just remember going out there and just thinking, oh shit, I'm in the front ears, and yeah, just had to put it together. But yeah, meeting Hayden Kenny at the end was pretty special too.
Lana, pretty special, 10,000 round, ready to go again?
Yeah, apparently. It was a very interesting weekend for me. I was in a moon boot. I'm pretty sure I was still on crutches at that time. I pulled out of the Australian team a couple of weeks before. They were headed to New Zealand. I had fractured my fourth toe, and I just didn't know how the weekend was going to play it out at all. So I just kind of just went with it. I was hoping my foot would just keep it together. I didn't know if I was going to make it through 3 irons potentially that whole weekend. So it just came together for me. And looking back and re-watching that race, I think it's some of the best work I've put together. And I was really proud that day. I was really proud of the weekend.
Yeah, I think couldn't agree more. I think talk about processes. You get your processes right, your outcome will always be there. This year, who do you see? I'll go stick with you, Lana, as well. Who do you see as your biggest threat in the Iron Series this year? You can get personal.
I don't want to say who it is. I would like to say it's probably myself and my mental state. I think everybody knows that I do crack under pressure sometimes mentally with certain races, and I think that's my biggest challenge that I'm up for this season. There's certain hurdles that I need to go over, and making sure I'm on the right task at that time, that I'm focused and I'm sure I'm mentally ready for those certain things.
Great response. Heath,
Yeah,
you can't say the same.
Well, I'd have to say, yeah, a few of them are in the room today. Like, you go to the club mates, Joel Piper, and then Joe Collins, and the young boys, CJ. And then you go to a few of the older dogs like CT and Bevy. So, yeah, they're all pretty competitive.
And I think important too is the youth that's coming through. And we see that last year with the Sean Partners World Ocean Series, the under-17s. It was the first year ever that the race one ticket went on to win the event. So, to Charlotte Bowman there from Wanda to step up and win this surf race was a phenomenal effort as well. So the youth coming through, very, very impressed with the youth, the 17s, and that with the 15s as well. Every athlete has a special spot or a tour spot. Of all the events that we saw, is there one in particular you just get a little bit more excited for? You love going there, whether it's the environment, whether it's the home club or the warmer water or the colder warmer. Is there a spot, Heath, that you love of those 18 events around the world?
BMD Northcliffe. No, it's an amazing weekend. It's our last weekend of the series, and we get to showcase what we do best, and I love doing it at BMD. I think I've said it numerous amount of times that BMD Northcliffe feels like home to me, and it's so special to me, and I work there as well, so it's just good to put on a show for the people that don't get to see what we do every single day.
And Shannon's here tonight as well, and a big shout out to Shannon, who's done so much in our sport as well. And it is a great event, and what a great way to finish up the series as well. Have you got a favourite Favourite location, favourite event?
Well, I love coming to Burleigh at the start of the season, but yeah, I'd have to say
They're looking after their clubs, see, promoting their clubs.
Yeah, I love the Shan Eckstein. I enjoy walking down the footpath and having all the past winners on the billboards. And yeah, I hope this season is going to be me on one of those billboards, which I'm pretty excited about too.
Awesome. Spoke about bookends, 20 years of age, 30 years of age. Your focus and your drive sort of floats a little bit as an athlete as well, but what drives you to get out of bed at 4 a.m. in the morning to go swim training, Ethan Callahan?
I think I'm just trying to have fun. I enjoy going to training every day and seeing my mates, so I think that's what I'm really keen for at the moment, is just having fun and going out there while I'm young and trying to do the best that I can.
What drives you to get out of bed 4 a.m.?
You know what's funny? A lot of people have asked me the last couple of months, are you still enjoying this? Are you still happy? Honestly, getting up at 4:45 makes me happy. Making sure I'm out the door by 4:53. Am I getting to the pool at 5:12 to get on deck at 5:15 for Matt Pool? Absolutely. That's just what makes me happy.
There you go, Pearly. We'll roll through. There's always a big team that's behind an athlete as well. You talk about your clubs, talk about your parents, but who's your handler and what's a hot tip for your handler this year? Who's your handler and what's a hot tip?
Oh, my dad's always my handler, so he always takes the role on that. And yeah, I just got to make sure he doesn't talk to me. I don't like him talking to me before the race. He just puts me off with whatever he says, so I just got to just block him out and talk to Michael instead.
Just be present but don't talk. Lana, handler, hot tip for him?
My handler is Gav Hill, and it's usually a dad joke, but he's still with me. He keeps saying he's retiring, and he hasn't done that yet. So, it's always a little bit of a giggle with Gab before the gun goes.
I love it, and best of luck to all the handlers out there as well. From handlers, we've had two greats of our sport retire. We've actually got one here, and all the best little lovely lady lump she's got there, G as well. Georgia Fitzgibbon, aka G, and also Ali Day. So here's a question. I'll start with Lana. What's an attribute of Ali that Ali had that you would love to have in your armour?
His positivity towards anything he does. I think he did that so well and did that so fluently, so I'd like to have a little bit more positivity sometimes.
Love it. And looking down there, Heath, what's an attribute of G that you would love to have in your armour this year?
It's pretty unfair. Ali's not in the room and George is in the room, so... But yeah, I think I love George's resilience from injury and from all her setbacks, so I love looking at that.
Awesome. And not getting pregnant one day? Maybe not. We'll hold that one off. But all the very best to G. We've got great youth coming through. You look at the depth and the opportunity, you've got the nippers, but in particular the 15s, with the 14s get the race up as 15s, and you have the 17s and the 19s and a chance. Lana, what's a hot tip as a professional Iron Woman for the young 14s and 15s coming to their first event ever for the series? What's a hot tip for them?
I think it's just to embrace those little moments that you get to have, especially when you are able to win those big golden tickets and race with the big dogs. I think that's so exciting and it's so rare, right? And I think also never underestimate the break. I think you saw that at Manly, you saw that at Alex, you saw that at Northcliffe. You just never have to underestimate that break. So always switch on.
Love it. Hot tip from the Australian Ironman champion as well.
Yeah, I have a little brother that's in those ages, and I just love him. He just wants to have fun, so I just tell him just go out there and have the most fun that he can and have fun in the swell and the waves. So yeah, just have fun with his mates.
Love it. Now the audience, you play part in this one as well, so I'm going to set the scene for you. All right, it's the second day of the Shannon Eckstein Classic. 4 to 6 foot, perfect Northcliffe day. Last event, mixed taplin. Last leg, swim leg. Big wave coming. 5 have missed it. Good teams have missed it. We have 8 about to come down the front of this wave. Goes into a 20-metre gutter for a sprint up the beach. Lani Pallister is on that wave from Alex. CJ Brennan, who's here tonight, is on that wave next to Lani. Kai Hurst has jumped in because Mermaid didn't have an extra swimmer. Lana Rogers has been given the final leg for Northcliffe, thanks to Pooley. You can thank him later. Ethan Callahan is next to Lana, coming down, eyeballing her down the wave. Noah Steiner, the boy from Wanda, comes down as well. Ali Day has flown up to help out surface for the last of the mixed taplin after winning it this year. And Sarah Locke from the Newport Club has the shortest path to the turning flag to finish. You can't pick yourself, but who wins?
Oh, CJ's got some legs, so I'd pick CJ.
CJ gets her up. Lana, who wins? You can't go yourself.
No, I was going to say CJ.
CJ as well, backing CJ. Wow, well done, CJ. My pick was Arlani Pallister, right to the tape, and Noah Steiner, the Wonder Boy, gets the wood for New South Wales. I think it's got a bit of blue running in my veins, which is good. Fast five to finish, here we go. If you weren't an iron person and you could race at the Olympics in any sport, winter or summer, what sport would you do? Heath?
I'd go some high jump.
I was going to say hockey.
There you go. I threw this one in as well. Have a think about it. I want you to compare something in life that relates to winning a 10,000 round. What's something in life that relates to winning a Hayden Kenny Classic, a Shannon Eckstein, the Manly Classic, a 10,000 round? What's something that compares to that for you, Heath?
Is that like having a kid or getting married? is that
Oh,
what
I
I'm
was
meant
going
to
to say Christmas lunch.
What do you reckon, Lana? What do you got?
Christmas lunch.
Hey, what's your go-to breakfast? Next one. What's your go-to breakfast?
I'm
Race
boring.
day.
Cornflakes.
Cornflakes?
Cornflakes.
Heath?
Oh, pretty typical, just some eggs.
Eggs, the protein boy. Favourite position on the start line? Do you like number one, left-hand side? Do you like the squeeze box in the middle or the right-hand side? Heath, do you have a favourite?
I just like going right in the middle. I don't know. Then I can just
Squeeze
like-
box?
Yeah.
Lana?
Yeah, in the guts.
I actually threw this question to my 12-year-old daughter. I said, on the drive into school this morning, I said, I've got a question asked tonight. What's your opinion? And she goes, Dad, I'll check to see which way the sweep's going and tell you then. That was her response. Last one, I've got a little X factor for you to finish off. But what did you learn last year? And I'll start with you, Heath. What did you learn last year to make you better this year?
Come on, I'll go first.
You're going first because you're Ethan.
I don't know. I think I just got to talk to Michael more. I don't really talk to him as much as what I should, and he gets angry at me. So I think this year I just got to try and talk to him as much as I can.
Love that. Lana,
So
what can you
probably
do this year to make yourself better from last year?
To probably lead on more people a little bit better, a little bit more. That'd be nice, yeah. Can't do it all myself sometimes.
Great. Get the team support. And the last question, one word. I'm going to start with you, Ethan. Whatever the first word that comes to your mind, one word to describe Lana.
Exciting.
It's coming back at you. Lana, one word to describe Ethan.
Young.
Yeah, I love it. Put your hands together. What about the reigning champions? We wish them all the very best for this year as well. And love your work. Thanks for your time, guys, and all the very best on the beach. Great job. Well, coming up next, and we're not far off from finishing up. It's our last interview, actually, but he's Australian surf life-saving icon, athlete. Wow, what an introduction, Matt Poole. What about that one? Hey, the Poole is coming to head coach, but he's going to give us a good insight in terms of athlete branding, but also event branding and looking after your sponsors. Come up, Pooley, we've got a quick video before we hand over to Pooley.
Gets Matt Poole, the boy from Sydney. On this final turn. Oh, what's happened there? He's bumped him out of the way.
Hold on a sec. Who is writing this script, Stu? Matt Poole took the brave decision. Oh! He has won the Shannon Eckstein Ironman Classic in his final attempt. He can barely believe it. The look on his face as he runs up the beach. There's high fives everywhere.
Oh, let's welcome to the stage Matt Poole. Survived his Bucks party last week as well. Grab a seat on that one, mate. Thanks. And it's good, great little insight, actually. I had a good chat to Poole yesterday, just in terms of preparing and coming up for tonight as well. And a lot's been spoken as well with even Earl and Trent spoke about. Everyone in our surf sports plays a part. It's not just turning up, warming up, chatting to your coach and racing, but you play a part in promoting our sport. You play a part in promoting our sponsors, and also you play a part in promoting your brand. It's a great opportunity to get Pooley up here because basically he's done an outstanding job in building his own personal brand, creating value for his sponsors, which has been super critical as well. What's the biggest lesson you've learnt in terms of social media, Pooley, to retain sponsors, look after people's athlete brand, their own brands, but also give the young athletes something to go ahead and do the same?
I think the biggest thing is build your own brand, keep it authentic, tell your story, and then if you're trying to attract sponsors, then find those sponsors that align authentically to that brand. So for me, I guess, I think so many people in so many sports are really good at, and Trent sort of talked about it before, there's a big saturation of sharing and connection around social media and everyone on those digital platforms. I think for athletes in our sport, understand and know your brand, who you are, and tell the story away from the sport. I think that's the biggest thing, because it's not necessarily followers driven, it's engagement driven, and the engagement comes from community. Community comes from talking to the camera. A lot of people don't like getting on front of their phone and talking to the camera because, you know, their mates will bag them and say how boring they are and how lame it was and things like that. And it can be at times, it's not for everyone. Social media is not for everyone. Some people should do it, some people probably shouldn't do it. But I think if you can get comfortable building that sort of community and engagement around talking to people and talking to camera and telling a story about who you are as a person behind the athlete, that's the best way of, I guess, creating that sort of social media presence. And I think it's very valuable. Social media can be a good and bad tool. If you can use it well, and it can be very valuable. And if you're bad at it, it can be horrible. It can end a career. So, and I've done both sides. So, good and bad. So yeah, I think probably the one rule I would say is for people to get comfortable to tell your story and talk about who you are as a person, because you don't realise how talented everyone in the room is, all the athletes, boys and girls. What you do and what we do as our sport is unbelievable. It's incredible. As Trent said before, the highlight reels for our sport trumps, I would say, any other sport, right? And people love that. But what they love hearing is the person behind what you see on social media. We all post very similar photos, reels around your board skis, training sessions, the iron steely face on the running track. Everyone posts the same sort of stuff. Tell the story about the person behind that, and build that community. And I think that's the most important thing, because it's very interesting. Like for me, athlete, commentator, now coach, learning and finding out about a lot of the athletes, and I do a lot more listening than I do talking now with my athletes. Everyone's got an unreal story. It's super unique, and it's the hobbies and the stuff behind the scenes that I think is more valuable. So some people like reading, some people like cooking, some people like fishing, golf, whatever that is. Tell those stories about the person and who you are, and I think integrate that lifestyle into, as well as the brand, the athlete side of things, because that's very polished, the athlete and sports side of things. I think the real you sort of thing is what like people really sort of are fascinated by, and it could be as simple as what do you do on your taper week. It could be as simple as the meals you eat on race day. You could be hanging out with your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is, and talking about your lifestyle and the things that you go and do for fun outside of the sport. That's probably what I believe, through all the ads and the polished side of social media, people actually sit there and engaged and sort of watch more so now.
Yeah, 100%. And the opportunity to influence beyond the finish line as well. Not only athletes, but also handlers, parents, and involved. Turn up to a carnival this year. What are 3 hot tips that athletes, handlers, parents, coaches, what can they do to help grow our sport? 3 hot tips to Pooley.
I mean, a good one to probably look by was Kyle Chalmers' post this morning on Instagram. Did a massive shout out for Gina Reinhart and the support that goes, that's the ripple effects of that spreads far and wide, right? Anything that the media sort of posts, people take with a grain of salt for the most part these days. But when an athlete comes out and pledges support of, brand sponsors, and even more so personally, people, and I know people go on a lot about it, but what Earl has created for all of the athletes in this room right now is unbelievable. They're in the best times of this sport that probably, they've just about ever seen. But back when I first made the professional series in 72 BC, You know, our contracts looked a little bit different then for the most part. And, you know, a big part of that is social media presence. It's what you can do for a brand. So racing results and all of that, that's probably 50% of it. That'll get you sort of a foot in the door. But what you do for a brand and how you aligned with them and their marketing values and what you can return on investment for them is the most important thing. So 3 big things is probably show gratitude for the people that are running the sport, the series, like as sort of Trent touched before. Earl, Trent, Ben, the entire team here, what they're doing and what they're creating year on year, it just continues to grow. And I'm telling you right now, you're at the peak of it. So support that, give that legs, get online and don't be ashamed or embarrassed or worried about what people will say. If you're giving gratitude and support of an event, a sponsor, your sponsors, and all those things, go online and do that. That's probably a big one, number one. The other 2 things is probably just tell stories in the lead up to the race. Everybody can see the race. It's online. World Ocean Series will post that. Talk about the journey to the stop. I think it's probably the most exciting or engaging story is the story to the start line. Everyone will see what happens during the race and at the finish line anyway.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Pooley, please, and a great insight into what we can do to your own brand, but also sharing the love of the brand. That now concludes our evening of the Shaw Partners World Ocean Series season launch for 2026-27. Please stay around. The bar's still open. Please look to connect and enjoy your time. And we look forward to seeing you on the beach very, very shortly. Have a great night. Thank you.